welcome to CyberChatter. um,
Uh,
it's been a while
it has.
since we last talked, hasn't it? It's
It has
been
been.
yeah. How are you?
I'm alright. I'm good. Yourself?
I'm alright. Getting a bit fat because of quarantine.
I've only just built up the courage today to actually have some sort of motivation to go outside and have a decent walk,
I haven't left the house. Last time I did, it was to get BO with my mum. That
That's
was
one
like
way.
2 weeks ago.
That's one way of getting out of the house. I think my longest streak being in quarantine was about 40 days. And just
Mm,
getting outside again, it just looked, it felt different. Even I knew the area,
yeah.
just different.
I mean, I could use the excuse I don't want to go outside and catch it because my mum works with old people, especially
Yeah,
still now.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not the excuse, I'm just lazy. So,
It's no, no.
so we got some tech stuff to talk about, which we did talk about on our last podcast, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, that's in the hidden files.
Mm, yeah, that doesn't exist anymore.
No.
So the iPhone 12 specs
Yeah.
has been, well, quote unquote, leaked. Um, honestly, they're
Yeah. I mean, it's
like,
typical.
yeah,
Like from Apple, these are safe.
yeah. Apple is more of a safe company now.
Mm.
They aren't risk takers like they used to be, which
I
I
think
I, I respect it, but
it's interesting. It's solid,
yeah.
but run through the specs. If you want to.
Oh yeah. So this is the normal iPhone 12. Price is supposed to be around 600 to 700, which is actually all right for an iPhone. It uses an OLED display, an A14 Bionic processor, 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, dual rear cameras, 5G, and it's got an aluminum body. That's the only specs we have here, but they're rumored to have 4,000 milliamps and all the cameras to be 12 megapixels. So
I
nothing
mean,
revolutionary here, except from the
no.
processor. But
I think
that's a new,
the I think the
yeah,
processor is a good stuff, obviously, because Apple's processors are in house, so
yeah,
obviously going to be very quick against the Snapdragon. So,
mm,
um, the battery rumor, if that's true, that's a positive step because Apple were nowhere near in that
oh
department.
yeah,
Even though the processors were efficient,
it
from the
drains,
battery
yeah,
to be less than 2,000 milliamp at one point
yeah,
is somewhat embarrassing.
yeah.
But
I'm actually kind of upset about the RAM though,
mm, yeah,
because yes, they use their own software, they can optimize it very well,
mm,
but nothing about this, well, the base phone
yeah,
is revolutionary
like
because it's all been done before except the processor, because that's a new one, but
yeah.
nothing here is new.
The thing that strikes me is also like the storage, and I think the RAM. I think the base should take what the Pro should be,
Mm,
6,
yeah, yeah,
and
six.
the Pro itself should be 8,
Mm,
and possibly the Pro Max either 10 or 12.
yeah, because there are phones out there that has done that before,
Yeah,
and
but
yeah,
I think they need to be a bit more bold with it, because obviously you can run on OS very low
yeah,
RAMage. That's no problem. But when we're talking more demanding mobile games or apps, that use AR,
yeah,
they all need to use as much as they can, as much RAM as they possibly can get their hands on.
especially with, well, the future of games being mobile. It
it's frightening because at one point mobile games were just Snake.
Cut the rope, stuff like
Yeah,
that. But now you can
com-
run Call of Duty on your phone.
there is a competitive scene as well, which frightens even me.
Yeah, but with these phones, the storage is okay, to be fair.
Hmm. Uh,
Same
I
storage as
understand.
mine,
I
but
understand it,
mm,
but it's Apple, so I just feel like I know they're supposed to be safe, but they need to, have that step.
yeah,
I'd say.
with an iPhone 12 Pro Max, the highest end on this, over to £1,400 or dollars even.
Hmm.
6.7 inch OLED display, made by Samsung. Same processor, 6 gigs of RAM, up to, this is up to 512 gigabytes of storage, triple cameras plus LiDAR, 5G, and steel body. Not really worth
No,
$1,400.
well, that's. I mean, for the top of the line,
Yeah,
no, I don't see
that,
it.
that that's what you'd expect for the normal iPhone 12 to be, not the Pro Max.
Yeah, I just it just seems a bit overpriced. I'd say the pricing for the possibly the middle model, the 256 gig,
Yeah,
I'd say that could be the 512 instead, and then bump the normal one under $1,000, possibly 950.
yeah. It,
It's totally plausible. I can't. I mean, with the
plus,
SE and stuff,
you
like
I feel like,
it's
especially
possible.
with Apple, you might have to feel forced to get the bigger storage because they don't allow expandable storage.
Mm,
So that is the matter of fact. But they are okay phones. They're okay, but not the standard for 2020. Vision for 2020,
no, no.
especially with Samsung opening up with argument, argue, fuck,
Arguably, I'd say.
arguably the
Yeah.
highest or the best introduction to technology for this decade.
No, you could argue, yes, this decade is not old yet, but
Yeah,
when we look
but
back on this come September, October, when this phone's supposed to be in circulation,
mm,
it, it's obviously going to be mind blowing. That's 6 months before, and obviously the design process is even before this.
yeah,
So to even say that they were that far ahead, kind
it.
of, it's an eye opener.
I also like. I don't know about anyone else, but I really like Samsung's 2020 flagship phones.
Yeah, I agree.
People are like, no, especially with a flip. I really like the flip phone they
The flip,
released.
the yeah, the flip phone's really good. I think that
It's a
the fold had its flaws from the
yeah.
start, and I think even uh, the Huawei version
Oh yeah.
that has it. I just don't like the idea of a screen flexing
Mm.
horizontally. Vertically though, I can see it being an option.
I do like it because the concept's there with like at least 2018 specs.
Mm,
That's actually pretty good though, and
hmm
especially like if you went back to 2010, you would never expect there to be affordable technology with
No,
phones in the
no.
next 10 years.
I
Now
would have
that we
said,
have it and it's actually semi decent,
mm,
imagine what it will be like in 10 years.
because the funny thing is, that sort of stuff was imaginary towards 2040, 2050.
Yeah,
Middle of this century. You know,
but we have it now.
it's kind of like the thing with in that era of flying cars, but that flying cars thing could come within 5 years, 10 years, and it's
All right,
frightening.
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a whole new loophole that I don't want to jump through. So
But it coming back to the iPhone 12, if these specs they are leaked, just saying, so it's not confirmed, but iPhone leaks
Yeah.
most of the time have been fairly accurate.
I mean, there's on the original article of Tom's Guide, there's a tweet from John Prosser on Twitter, and it shows you the notch
Yeah,
blueprints and the patent for it. Obviously smaller. I give it that. It's just it has everything on it, but I just feel like in some ways it's a bit overkill.
yeah,
Still, I get the security aspect, but I think people would risk that for convenience. I know security and privacy is a bigger issue than it's ever been, but I feel like in some ways people may find the convenience of having a higher screen to body ratio more of value, I
yeah.
guess. Yeah.
It.
So
I personally never been a fan of the notch.
no.
I understood the purpose.
In
I
the
just
beginning, yeah.
didn't like it. But
I mean,
now, since
yeah,
we've got
it's just aged.
notches that
It's just
have become
aged.
so small, like you got
Mm,
water drop notches, you got hole punches, you got motorized cameras, and they haven't even moved on from a normal notch. That's
mm.
something that gets on my nerves about that. But
I mean, to say the iPhone 10 was released in 2017,
hmm,
that was fine at the time. I had no problem. But
yeah,
to even have the XS and the 11 still have the same form factor,
design, yeah.
it's uh,
Something else, it does have 120 hertz, 20 fuck, 120 hertz refresh rate
I'll
on the
give them
monitor.
that.
Yeah, to be fair, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Bake up with OnePlus now. Um,
Yeah, yeah. But I think that for them to actually introduce it, I think that's one of the positives of the phone. Because
yeah, I
I
feel
haven't.
like they are just slowly adding the
Mm,
basics of like what it determines to be a flagship now.
yeah, yeah.
But now they got 5G, now they got a high refresh rate.
Mm.
The rest of the specs, eh. But
It's borderline.
yeah, I feel like they're just there at a flagship level.
Mm, mm.
Like they still want to be in the game and recognized as a flagship company for smartphones,
Yeah.
but they're just doing the standards.
Mm.
So
I just I just feel
yeah,
like because I personally haven't had the high refresh rate, but that could be a game changer.
yeah,
Obviously, it is, but I think for a lot of people that may have experienced 90 hertz,
they
you know,
they
having
would love it.
having more
Yeah,
that could be a massive incentive. I can see it, and that's why they probably have the bigger battery because the battery, the
yeah, the bigger battery because
yeah.
of the refresh rate.
So you may get the same battery life. We don't know,
Yeah,
but
that's something you have to consider. Bigger battery doesn't always mean longer life. They could just be compensating for
true.
another feature.
Yeah.
Like I personally, I'm alright with 60 hertz right now.
Yeah,
It,
I do. I feel like 90 and like 120 is kind of like the 4K to the HD.
yeah,
It's
like
optional.
it,
It's
it's
there.
no, I feel like it is going to be noticeable. Like if I do
Mm,
change to it, it will be
definitely.
noticeable.
Yeah. I just don't have that urge. It's not a necessity to switch over.
Yeah, I don't see us going to 240 hertz.
No.
Because reasonably that would be the next step, but I don't see us going there since we can't see over 60.
No.
We can notice it, but we can't see it.
Yeah. I see one maybe 120 is probably a greater impact than 90. I
Yeah,
guess there's just the tidbits of like nicer scrolling animations and obviously content looks nicer. But
yeah, you could include some like better animations because you got
yeah,
more frames to pack in there, but
I think for content consumption, 60 it's the lifelike thing. Everything's in 60. It's, it's a proven fact, basically. You don't. I think sometimes your mind thinks, when and this is with me anyway.
Yeah.
When you look at normal things, say like a web page that's only scrolling in 30 FPS, say, or a 30 or 24 FPS video, let's say. Um, when you think 60, you fixate that on your mind, then you start to realize the world's moving in fast motion.
Yeah.
It's the casual you're not saying, "Oh, this is 60 FPS." In some ways, 60 FPS can look quicker in some instances. It's what
Yeah.
I've found. It's like a lot smoother.
Like
It
when you
depends.
move to a Xbox 360 to an Xbox One, you can notice that.
Yeah, and I guess it depends on what environment you're in as well.
Mm.
You know, it sounds strange, right? I think it's genuine argument. That you know, some
So,
I think some ways it could be artificial, but yeah.
so then, next story. What have you got for us?
Well, another Apple story. So I
Oh
saw
yeah,
this. We have a Discord, me and Tom do,
yeah.
and we got an idea. And as soon as I saw this come up, I haven't read it yet, but as soon as I saw this come up with the headlines, it's from Forbes, by the way.
Hmm.
The headlines states Apple just gave 1.5 billion iPhone users a reason to leave. Tom, explain.
So basically, I haven't read through the entire article,
Mm.
but this is the main gist I got of it. An employee started to listen in on Siri recordings.
Hmm.
This is the starting line. That Apple was employing contractors to listen and grade, so like A star,
Yeah, which is strange in
Siri
itself.
recordings. This was done without user knowledge, and contractors regularly heard confidential information from iPhone and iPad users. So,
Even after that, there's some really considered stuff like medical information, drug deals, and even intimacy like bits, which is
yeah,
like that was my thing with getting a smart assistant. Now I have one in what was Google Home.
mm,
Um,
I used to have an Alexa, but I sold it.
yeah, I feel it. I'm always like when you think about it in your head, it could be natural to do so. When you
Hmm.
think about if you're listening in, they probably are. Obviously, they have the mute button, but who says they're not listening?
Yeah, so all you Americans out there who think Huawei was listening in on you, your own government are.
I think everyone is
Yeah, especially
honestly.
today.
Yeah, and this is why data protection laws, in some ways, are like a masking of what's actually happening in the background.
To be honest, I'm not very concerned about it because if you haven't got anything to hide, you shouldn't
Hmm.
be scared because
No,
I am open about my life, like not exactly where I live, no one will ever know that, but
no, same.
like
But that's like sensitive.
except from the government, but
Yeah, but that's in the
that
right hands. Yeah, I
yeah,
guess. You know, that's where you live.
but seriously, like what on earth would the Chinese government want with what I search or even do in
Yeah,
my daily basis? And
the whole. I don't know if you
Apple,
know.
yeah,
It's the social credit system in China.
I don't know about that.
It's like they've got greater powers. Obviously, they were listening onto people,
Oh yeah,
the law says. But now there's a system. Oh, it's going to be introduced shortly where basically they survey your life day in day out, and they
hmm,
keep track of where each person is like on a week, on a day, and like how much work they do, or like contributions to the country they do. It's like more. It's like a
Okay.
big brother, like a Truman Show sort of thing. So it's kind of like they're trying to degrade you on how well you've done in morally, I guess. Which
I
in some
I
ways is
I see
it's
that.
good, but it's kind of like if you go and play video games for say more than 1 hour, that massively affects your credit, so you go down. But if you
Unless
say,
if
but
you're
if
a professional esporter or something like that.
yeah, but that's the problem. They banned gaming until a certain point, until
Hmm.
recently. But even now, it's still shunned upon. Like
It
they
is.
haven't should have that freedom, but they should be told morally that too much is bad.
Yeah. It is just like a matter of, you know, ethics, morals.
Hmm.
Because
And
ethically, that does seem okay, but morally, no.
no, and
So many
especially
levels.
as if you're in the working class,
Hmm.
massively, if you spend too much time,
Which I actually do expect most people in China to be,
yeah,
especially like.
yeah. I think because of the generation stuff, yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, and I think there's also things that say about visiting grandparents, which I understand. And I think that's quite good. If you're
Yeah.
like at least once a week, that gives a thumbs up. And if you're like the bit I don't fully get is
Yeah.
you can get a lot of credit from apparently just promoting the government on social media. I kid you not. If you like share a post of like the government's like say they put a new law in, you go yes, this is right, or good.
A
Uh,
Chinese Twitch streamer, whenever someone donates, is just, have you heard of Chinese government?
mm, the equivalent of going on Weibo
Yeah.
and saying yeah, I support this.
You know,
But
like that.
in your head, you could be like, well, this is wrong, but I
You know,
just
like
doing it for the
you know,
sake
like
of being
that meme
embarrassed.
where Ninja, he was like, "Oh, have you guys heard of Twitch Prime?" Just do that over again. If
Quite
like if you're a
literally,
Chinese citizen, just have you heard of a Chinese government?
yeah. In ways it is that, and I think in some I know we're getting off topic, but I feel like
Oh yeah, we're definitely off topic, but
but I
continue.
think this is valid. I think, and I think because there's going to be social pressure and discrimination because apparently people that have a low enough considered social credit score, I think, which is
Hmm.
interesting. um, apparently they get put on advertising boards with the name and address, like the province, I guess,
Whoa, what the fuck?
with their face, name, year, and like so that they know it's not a kid doing this.
Jesus.
But and like passers by on the commute to work or when they're going out and about with friends, they could just be like, "Yo, that person is
Oh no.
horrible," even if they're not be like committing crimes against the state or like murdering people.
My
Yeah.
thought is, like, what if so many people do it? Because how I'm imagining it is like, oh, you turn up on a screen like they do in Times Square,
Mm,
just like a massive screen, and
yeah.
then. But if they do that, if so many people just stay indoors, how long would it take for you to turn up on that screen?
I know, and I've seen it in that example. I've seen it in I think it's in either Shanghai or Beijing.
Hmm.
Crossings now putting in AI like monitoring screens like a traffic
Oh,
system, and apparently it's to aid with people stop people jaywalking. So even if the coast is clear and you've got no traffic, the thing will flag you off and you get bad rep.
I really love how so many countries care about that, but the United Kingdom just don't give a shit about
No,
jaywalking. It's not an issue.
it's advised not to, but I think it's just
Hmm.
genuinely not a lot of people they use the words. I think it's there's some people obviously don't, but that's natural to do
Hmm.
so. Some cases, but I think in that case you don't see people every. I know people die every day from like road accidents. We get it, but
Yeah, but that kind of idiots though.
Yeah, but if you're like misjudging it
Not
completely
yeah.
on a busy road, yeah. But if it's like say in a village or like a town, and say
Mm.
it's in a lane, it's plausible.
Not to like. Sorry, that was kind of disrespectful what I said a moment ago. You're not an idiot if you die in an accident, but there's always someone to blame in that scenario
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it will determine on like whose fault it is. If you walk into a road, that's your fault.
Mm,
If you just if there's someone walking across the road on a 30 road and you are doing a 60 on the 30 road, that's your fault.
yeah.
It's so what you got about Australia's fastest internet speed ever?
Yeah, quickly moving on. Yeah, with that Apple story, yeah. I mean, it's been done before. I think Xiaomi were recently called out for it, but I don't
Mm,
think I don't think it's anything new, if anything.
yeah.
But yeah, Australia is finally, which is ironic, because they have one of the worst internet speeds in the world on average.
Yeah.
Um, Apparently, a team of researchers claim that they've recorded the fastest ever internet data speed.
Holy shit, sorry, I just read the
Yeah,
number.
yeah, 44.2 terabits per second. What?
Holy fuck.
So the BBC, this is from, they've they've calculated that you can download 1,000 HD movies in less than a second. Why would you need this?
But you know this is real because it's BBC. They're a reliable source. But like
I double check. I didn't know if it was gigabit a second. But no,
it's
44.2
terabit.
terra
What
thousand.
the fuck?
So in retrospect, that's 44,200 gigabits per second. That's just that per second. It's not per minute. I get the idea of convenience, but I feel like there's just so much strain, and who on earth
This
needs that much?
this is above 8G.
Mm, mm,
I imagine because yeah, we got 5G now, which you can watch 4K videos. I imagine with this you can watch 32K videos perfectly fine.
probably more.
Yeah,
I'd argue. But
Jesus Christ.
this, compared to the UK, we're on 64 megabits per second, which is high. Like
Yeah,
64, which is probably my internet speed. That's enough in itself. I like the idea of having to not wait long, but as
mm.
in I like the idea of not stuff being instantly done. I just have that sense of like achievement, I guess, that
What's
something's
after a
there waiting.
terabyte? A gigabyte? Not a gigabyte, a
Uh,
gigurian. Is that it?
Quadrubyte.
Quadrabyte.
No. Gigatera. Ah, to search this up.
Yeah,
Uh,
because they are halfway there. Well, reasonably halfway there.
Gigameratera peta,
Peta, they are close to petabyte.
which is 1 times 10 to the 15, like 10 to the power of 15. So 1 followed by 14 zeros
Jesus
per
Christ.
second.
And that's in bytes, isn't it?
I think bits, but
Yeah.
divide that by 8, that's a lot.
Jesus.
Well, if I,
The
yeah,
future is looking fast.
there we go. We'll put 14. This is a live demonstration. 3,
Yeah.
6, 9, 12. Divide that by 8. You still got, oh my god, 125 terabytes per second.
Jesus Christ.
Or 125, hang on,
So is this
billion bytes.
Christ. So is this the standard, or is this like a milestone for the country?
It's
Like,
more. It's a milestone for sure.
yeah, so it's not even the standard.
No, hell no. If that was the standard, I'm moving. I'm sorry. I don't care
Oh,
about anything. We're moving.
I am happily not moving to Australia, even if I could get that.
I know.
Like, I love the people there. They have some of the best humor, but
Mm.
even a bush can kill you. There's a bush called the Gimpy Gimpy.
What?
Yeah, it's got a fucking silly name, but like it looks like a normal fucking leafy bush.
Mm.
It's got thorns that will numb your hand. Well, no, give you this like numbing pain for decades.
Where we go? Um. So this is in 2017. The survey.
Hmm.
The fastest internet speed on average was 28 megabytes in South Korea. 28.
28. That's
That's in
okay.
2017.
Oh,
Bear in
okay.
mind. The world average was 7.2.
So,
So, and at that time, Australia had 11 megabytes
Jesus.
on average.
I
So,
feel, yeah,
yeah, it's that's massive leaps you consider in what, less than
Jesus.
3 years?
It's impressive, though, the amount
It's
of
good.
technological advancements has been done in the last decade.
Hmm. But even so, 44.
Right.
I don't even know. But
So,
yeah, you
I
wanted to,
think we drained that.
yes, quite a bit.
Um,
I think you want to introduce me to a brand new announcement a couple of hours ago
yeah,
of recording a new phone, which I actually haven't looked in depth. So
the all-new Sony Xperia 1 Mark II.
right,
So, I think this is the second phone ever to have a 4K HDR OLED display.
right,
And it's got the highest pixel density ever, which if I can't find it here, but I think it's over 600.
600.
Yeah, I think. But it is the second ever 4K display resolution. And the
Oh,
first ever was again by Sony.
yeah,
So,
wow,
and they have eh camera. They have three cameras.
yeah,
All 12 megapixels, obviously got different settings on each of them.
it's new.
Yeah. But it has the best um what you call it? Focus. AI focusing, because it uses eyes.
Oh,
It uses AI to detect eyes within within what's viewed,
okay,
and it focuses towards that, I'm pretty sure.
and builds the object around it.
Yeah. And that's the focusing mechanism. Well, that's not obviously all of it, but that is an example of it.
Hmm.
Um, it doesn't just do it to human eyes; it also does it to pet pets like dogs. It recognizes a dog's eye, cat's eye, toad's eye, whatever.
Oh,
It recognizes eyes and detects them.
that's that's
And
impressive.
now I can't hear you.
Oh, hello,
Um, crap.
hello.
Can you speak? Okay, it's not just me that can't hear you. It's also the huh. Okay.
Weird.
I'm remembering this time.
Okay.
Just pausing. I need to
Still
turn
can't
off
hear
my
me, I'm guessing.
headset and turn it back on. Okay.
Try that.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Alright. I was saying, it was coming up on my end, but...
Alright, we
Wait.
back.
Right.
Wait, where did you stop hearing me?
No, I didn't stop hearing you. You
Oh,
just
okay.
heard-
So,
It was about
I
the
don't know where
tech.
I'm cutting that. I don't even know if I'll cut that, to be honest.
Oh no, it's just kind of funny, but...
Yeah. So yeah, it uses like genuine AI, smart AI, to detect irises, well, eyes, and focuses on that. And have you seen the AI YouTube series about AI?
Was that by Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. wasn't it?
I saw, I think, a couple of episodes, yeah.
Yeah, that basically describes AI, and this is that level type of AI.
It's staggering.
Yeah.
So even
Also,
the phone is, like, caliber.
for everyone listening, this phone has better specifications than Apple's leaked one.
Oh.
Like, it's got 400 megabytes. No, milliamps. 400 milliamps. 5G. It's Android 10. 8 gigabytes of RAM. That's highest one there. Or higher than all the iPhone 12 leaked ones. Super fast charging. And all around a pretty damn good phone.
It's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, the one downside is, the display. Well, not the display,
No. What?
hardware, but like, it's got bevels. Something that I do quite like about Sony phones, though, is that they have a dedicated shutter button.
Yeah. I think
Like,
more need it, more makers, because more people are interested in a phone with a camera. Obviously, companies are reacting.
yeah, especially
Because,
like when a camera company like Sony does this.
yeah. Like, I understand these guys doing it, but surely Apple, I know I get the idea of, like, convenience, but, you know,
Like, I've got
if you're
my
gonna, if you're gonna improve, cameras, make the experience better, I'd say.
I've got my camera app open now, and the only visible way for me to take it without touching the screen is touching the volume,
Yeah.
and my finger does kind of get in the way of it, but it's just feels natural to have a shutter button on the right side, nowhere near the camera, because it's convenient, and that's what I think is really good about Sony. They do amazing cameras.
Yeah.
Plus, they've
I don't
got
know if
really
this,
good sound quality. Yeah.
I don't know if this is still the case. They use their own OS, correct? Like it's Android, but it's like a heavy skin. I swear.
I think this is just fully stock, actually. Just stock Android 10.
Interesting. Cause I did not like the old classic
Oh, I didn't either.
Xperia series like thing. It's just
Yeah.
useless, in my opinion. It's kind of like a Windows phone in that respect, but not.
Yeah, but this is like high end, ready
It's a
to be.
step.
Yeah.
It's a step.
And it
The
uses
phone
a
sold
Qualcomm
with like
Snapdragon 865.
5G as well.
Yeah. It's impressive.
It puts them in step with OnePlus.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. I don't know what the price is going to be though.
That's
Probably from eight. No, I'd say 800 to 100, 800 to 1,200. I'd say.
that's that's a safe estimate. I think.
I just
I
looked
think.
at it and it has a headphone jack at the top.
Wow, it's got Dolby. Hang on,
Like,
oh no,
yeah.
it's got elder audio as well. Well, obviously
Hmm.
it's Dolby and everything about it. It's gonna be good for stream for audio as well. I think.
Yeah. So again, an all-round good phone.
Hmm. It's impressive. I give them that.
Yeah. They are really doing well.
Yeah.
Do you just want to go on like a tangent about something?
Oh,
Because,
what do you have in mind?
well, I don't know.
Oh right. I haven't really got anything else.
Doesn't have to be
Um,
tech related. We can just talk about weather.
well, it's obviously nice. I'll say that much.
Hmm. The weather's been actually really good here, hasn't it?
Like I know that you could say this thing's been like over the last like ever since 2018. I feel like our weather's been much warmer
Yeah.
ever
Really,
since that summer.
really has.
Hmm.
And
Now it can't just be climate change because that's just way too quick. I'd say.
yeah. Especially now that the atmosphere is getting much better.
Yeah, I've noticed. I'm quite a big thing in air quality. There's air quality
Oh yeah.
index. I don't know if you've
I've been
you
outside helping, like doing back garden stuff, and it is gotten much nicer.
it's not as unpleasant. I get, I've not been in. Oh, I've been in a place where it has been, the air's been toxic.
Yeah.
When I went to Thailand, I think last year,
Yeah.
there's an index. I don't know if you know the index for air quality or if you're
Mm.
familiar, but there's a scale from zero being like,
Oh yeah, I do remember you
yeah,
putting this on your story, I think.
yes, it was like around in the UK anyway. I think the average is like all year round
Mm.
around 30 to 40, which is it's good. I think
Yeah.
it's just sometimes it peaks of it being warm or more people are out.
Yeah.
In this period, because everyone's been inside, um, it
The,
has been pretty nice to get out.
the air isn't that humid as well.
Yeah, apart from the obvious
Yeah.
cloudy days, but it's really good.
Yeah, it really has been.
Like when I've been to Thailand, at times
Yeah.
your eyes can water from just walking.
Really?
Hmm. I think there's no over there. It's obviously the like I don't know the developing world, like
Yeah.
the next big China sort of revolution sort of thing.
Mm.
Maybe not in the same political sense, but obviously there's a lot of industry there,
Yeah.
and they don't really have. I don't know. They don't think of they do because over there, at least in Thailand anyway, the capital could go underwater in the next 30 years.
Oh yeah, yeah.
'Cause it's on swampland, so if they keep building it, it'll just sink.
Yeah.
So they do have it in that sense, but I think for air quality, they are very conscious of it. But it's just like making everyone budge. It's not an easy
Mm.
task, yeah. Especially because there's a lot of public transport. There's dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Like for a train,
Mm.
that says like that takes let's say 2 or 3 miles, yeah, and it takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like a sky train, so obviously you haven't got anything, you haven't got much to contend with.
Yeah.
For that journey, it would probably cost 15p one way.
What?
Hmm It's crazy.
Fam, that's insane.
It is brilliant value. And
Mm.
it's quick. The delays there are minimal, if any.
We need that in the UK.
That's what I've been thinking. Because, like, the closest thing we have at the minute to that
Yeah.
is a tram.
Oh
But
yeah.
how a tram could not get you that far? It's seamless because there's no overhead wires. It's
Yeah.
all within the rails.
Especially with like London area where trains are common.
Around here,
Oh
it's
god, I'm gonna have to start taking trains as well.
yeah.
Because my uni, like, that's 6 hours away. But when coming back for holiday, I'll probably take a train, which is like 10 hours. And that obviously doesn't go straight to here.
No, there's
It goes
stops on the way,
towards London and
and
then,
then you got to
yeah.
do the top round tour of the world. It seems like from then on.
But it
Yeah,
is
no,
insane.
because there's all that thing about was it the high speed rail thing.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to be in construction, or even is.
It is, but it's hotly contested because how much money's being spent. I think it's a good idea in terms of like the what will come out of it. I think it's just the like what's happening at the minute, not just COVID, but like the cost. I think is a
Yeah.
major bit, and I think also the environmental in that they've got to go through some areas that
Yeah.
are wooded. But whether the way up of how many tons of carbon people save each year,
Yeah.
if that's going to be any better, that remains to be seen. And even then, we may still be behind China and Japan because of like
I feel
floating
like
trains and stuff.
definitely around now would be a great time to start the transition to electronic bikes to be more
And
common,
that's what I've been
because
saying.
like if you don't have to travel far, an electric bike would be perfect.
That
You
or an
don't put
e-scooter.
yeah, you don't put too much effort in. You just charge up overnight and you're off.
Yeah. I guess
It's
the only real example of that in the UK at the minute is a penning board.
mm,
And they're ridiculously expensive.
yeah,
But if you weigh up the factors, intercity transport at the minute is really expensive. Here
yeah.
anyway. Way more than it needs to be. And I think some ways it needs to be cheaper, otherwise people won't ditch the cars.
I'm actually gonna see how much a train would cost for me.
I think for my case, I'd use the bus. But that's several £100 per year.
Oh, okay. So, from our location to where I'm going, like city-wise, the train goes from 13 hours to 14 hours.
Wow. And obviously depends on if you can meet the other trains as well.
Yeah. Holy crap! Tickets per one goes upwards, like to each city, to £200.
That's mental.
So like, the amount of cities I go through is like how much I'd pay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like, one. So here to there, that's 200. There to there, 200, 200, 200, 200. Holy crap!
Or what's it? If
You
I
know
was
what? I might just drive.
possibly, yeah.
Oh crap! I can't hear you again. Why does it keep
no.
on doing this? I disconnect. And I reconnect. Yeah, I just had to disconnect and reconnect.
Is that wait,
Yeah, that's fixed now.
right. You still
Yeah, it's still recording.
yeah.
Fuck
Yeah, I
me.
think for my second choice uni, which is not far from here, it's within 50 miles, but a train's the only way you can really get there.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, mine's like fucking
yeah,
300 miles.
yours ridiculous. Um, for a combined return,
Mm.
say on the same day, it's only £20. And obviously, if you get a rail card as well, that swap is probably a third.
Yeah, I think that's what I'd have to do.
No, you'd have to.
Because
Otherwise, it's too expensive.
have you seen the route that I'd be going?
Let's have a look. Send it in Discord. Oh, but...
I'm gonna put
Or you
in
can,
general.
just screen share.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. Obviously not doing it for the podcast,
No.
but like,
Obviously not.
Jesus.
Have a look at the scale. Oh!
Obviously not till there.
No, but it's along the way.
Around there. Yeah.
Around. Okay, yeah. Jesus Christ.
I think there? Or
Nice.
up here.
Okay.
Let me have a quick look. No, it's going to be up here. I think. So basically just like around here. But that is...
That is so long.
Yeah. So. I think that's it for this podcast.
Well, I think that's a good way of just being in awe. Yeah.
Yeah. So. I think now I'm going to edit, so then you're going to hear us babble on for about 13 minutes.
Be very interesting to hear.
But yeah, that's the first official podcast that should be going up.
Yep.
I will be advertising this.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But yeah, thank you for listening if you got this far, and see ya.
Are you playing, or have you got your eyes set on Dungeons tomorrow, Minecraft Dungeons?
I've seen some gameplay, and to be honest, I do quite like it.
It is quite cool. I got it on Xbox. So
Yeah,
I
I
think
kind of sold my Xbox, so...
yeah, I know. I told because they were like, why is Tom never come online? I had to spill the beans, because otherwise they were just gonna ponder the thought.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Plus, I wanted a new phone. That was a big thing. Mm. Yeah.
Steam games now are just ridiculous in size.
Oh, yeah, they are. They're so massive in size now.
Because I refuse to put anything else on my SSD. That's just boot drive.
Yeah.
And then I've got an external, I say, just a hard drive for anything else. So I don't care about load times really, because it's quite fast anyway. But the thing is, Steam takes up at least 200 gig alone.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's annoying.
I actually had to stop installing Black Ops 3 because it's 100
Yeah.
gigabytes of storage.
Yeah, I know. It's some stuff. I swear to God, it's like Warzone and stuff. You know, like the
Yeah.
updates. It's like another 30 gigs. It's just like I know. Obviously, you sieve through some of the size because it like optimizes it.
Do you remember when like GTA 5 was the most like the game with the most storage? But now that's nothing.
It's quite literally nothing. Then the new norm's at least 100 gig plus, which is what with like the graphics debate and stuff. This is my
Yeah.
debate. Like, not many people
Oh,
are
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
have that storage.
Hardware will have to catch up because
And-
right now hardware is behind on software.
Yeah, and the thing is, I feel like the most biggest hard drive I've seen like that people actually use is a 4 terabyte one,
Mm.
and I think that's plenty. But the fact of the matter is, if games are going to keep going and going, and people are going to switch to PC because it's just more.
Oh yeah, the
thingy.
fact that the technology, I don't know how to say it, but technological curve is getting flatter and flatter.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. Was it more?
It's going to be more expensive to keep up
Yeah.
with technology, and we're
Yeah.
kind of at that point now.
Well, that's the thing. Cause I buy the A70 expecting like, okay, it was decent last year. But now you look at like the Redmi and stuff, and you're like, why?
I
Why does
know.
this have to happen to me? Like it's still, it's up there. But
Yeah,
it's the fact that when you compare the competition, you just sat there going, if I'd waited a bit longer,
yeah.
but at the same time, you say it again.
It's
If I wait a bit longer after that and that and that and that, and then it's going to
yeah.
be every bloody week where I go, oh, yeah,
You just want to find the right I don't know how to say it. Just point where the
yeah,
phone and the software just combine with the right price
because the thing is, I
to
want my
be
phone to,
like careful for the next few years, and then you
yeah,
can get a new one.
exactly. I want my phones to at least last 3 years now.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
my iPhone, I think it was my iPhone 5 lasted 2 years, which was fine because it was handed down.
yeah.
iPhone 6 was another hand down because my aunt got a 10 basically,
Hmm.
and then I was happy with that because it was kind of like 6 at the time was like I knew better really.
Well, you had better starting off phones than me, so.
Yeah. Well, I had to go for the curve. I had the Nokia, the crappy little cursor thing and the little type pad.
My first phone was a Nokia 3310.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That was in year 7.
My God.
And then it went to like flip phones, and then my first actual touchscreen phone was a
That's
Windows phone.
insane. That's insane when I think about because I had that Nokia phone when I
Yeah,
was about in year 5, and
dude.
then I had a BlackBerry in year 6.
Oh, Blackberries were massive. Everyone,
Mm,
well, I didn't, but most people had a Blackberry.
yeah, I didn't use BBM because I didn't know the concept of the internet at the time. I didn't know you could use it more. All I saw was YouTube, Google, and then school stuff like Moodle and
Yeah.
nowadays obviously bloody everything. And then after
Christ.
that, it was definitely yes, I missed out. Year 8, I had a Galaxy S3 Mini. Just
Fuck.
tragic because TouchWiz was poo.
Mm. Dude,
Well,
just think that in reason like was like 5 years ago. We're
mm,
year 13ish now, aren't we? So
I can't. The thing is, I remember that. So, at the fondest memory I have of that phone, I was sat in textiles doing a phone keys thing for it.
I do remember like having like my Windows phone. I was so happy it's my first touchscreen phone.
Oh, bro,
I was walking across the field, and this was when me and Sean were like close friends. He just pulled off fucking tablet phone.
oh my, yes. I remember when
Oh,
people used to bring like their fucking Kindles to school or some shit.
dude. Oh, and that's just like an average size for a phone now.
That's tragic. The thing is, right, I'd have no problems with the Windows Phone being in existence
Yeah,
for the casual person.
yeah.
But for even to consider it to be a usable phone now,
No, not now. Never now.
no. Just
God.
blow that stuff up. Do not. Like,
Well, this
under
is a
any.
good. This is like a good 8-minute blooper for the end.
Oh yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh God.
I'll keep going.
We can keep going.
Yeah, I want to get through. I think
Yeah.
I was iPhone 5 at the end of year 9.
Hmm.
iPhone 6 came mid 10, I think. It was quite quick.
Yeah.
And then
Oh fuck! I completely forgot about my phone before my Huawei P Smart.
oh
I remember like year 10, year 11, I got the LG. Oh, I don't remember the actual name of it. It was so crappy. Oh shit, it was so bad. It was like an LG very budget phone.
Mm,
I had that for 2 years, and then I went to a Huawei P
mm,
Smart at the very end of
mm.
year 11.
Wow.
And that was my first
Oh yes, I
semi-decent
do
phone.
remember now. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I remember. I remember the talk about it at some point.
and
Yeah.
I got like that budget phone, and then you just pulled out the fucking budget version of the flagship at the time. I was like, holy shit,
Yeah, no,
this
I
guy's
was like,
balling.
I was like going, what to do next? And then I saw Vodafone were doing discounts on the P20 Lite, because obviously that was the first Huawei's like major thing
Yeah.
in Europe before
Oh
they
fuck,
obviously
it
get done.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the first phone, and that's how big they got. And now obviously it's down on the downtrend, 'cause, politics.
Mm.
And um, yeah, that was the point where I actually firmly had in my head that this could be it. But obviously, with everything that went on, and obviously it expects to get better.
Yeah.
And then Samsung obviously had the A
I
series,
mean,
which is, in
if
my
you
opinion, it's just like unbeatable for the price.
if you look at the P20 though, that is
Mm.
still a good phone today.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my friend, because I showed him my Lite, and I swear to
Yeah.
God, 5 days later he bought the P20 flat,
Jesus.
and I was like, bro, at the time I was like, he's £400. I was like, that's an investment, because he was
Yeah.
like, I've never heard of this phone before, and I was just sat there going, you may want to consider it.
It's just crazy though.
Mm.
I had that P Smart for 2 years,
Mm.
and now I've got this phone, which I hope will last easy 4 years.
Yeah.
But my God,
Yeah, I hope mine lasts at least 3. I'm saying, because
yeah.
Samsung updates and stuff.
Oh yeah, Samsung, they update like they're good with their
They
updates.
they're pretty good. They're inconsistent, but if there's like something serious that needs to be patched, they'll
Yeah,
patch it.
I
But
think
like, I think the major updates come once every 3 months or something.
yeah. My dad, he's got a S7 Edge. No, just an S7 actually.
Hmm.
And I think he's on Android 8, which that's good for that phone. But that
Not bad,
phone is old.
because Android 8, that's like modern good Android.
Yeah, Android 8 is like,
I think that was like the start, and then
yeah,
9 was obviously good, and now 10's like god tier.
oh yeah, I love having Android 10.
Bro, One UI 2, it's so clean, it just works. When
Yeah.
I remember I had it in my head, I was like, Samsung was supposed to be releasing it, and I go on my phone on my settings, it says One UI 2 out in this update notes. I'm like, yes.
My phone actually came with Android 9,
Mm,
and then I was like, oh, I know it can I knew it could go to Android 10. I was just like, oh, it'll probably just be like a week or a month or so. And then
yeah,
later that day, I just gone to the updates and I was like, oh shit, I got Android 10 now.
yeah. I'm saying.
Dude, should we start the podcast?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, should we?
Should we start?
I was just watching this guy unbox something on his stream, but
Yeah.
yeah, sure. Get it
That
up.
was a 13-minute run. We are definitely putting that at the end.
We're putting that in the end. I
Yeah.
need to turn off my ad blocker. God damn it.